Hey everyone, welcome back. So lots to talk about in today's video. I'm going to break down everything going on in the global economy, the stock market, and of course, crypto, and why we may be ready and preparing for a massive foundation for the next leg of the bull run. I still think we're in a bull run. I know a lot of people think we're not, but we can disagree on that. So to start out, the European Central Bank just cut its rates by 25 basis points, bringing it down to 2.25%, which marks the seventh rate cut in the last year as Europe fights off stagnation and also everything going on in the global economy. So the ECB President Christine Lagarde emphasized weakening demand, which is not good, especially from the US, and the growing headwinds from tariffs. So everyone's talking about tariffs. I'm tired of tariffs. Even Jerome Powell is tired of tariffs. So don't worry if you're the only one. But this is pretty important. The ECB is ready to inject more liquidity into the system. Now, why does this matter? Well, let me just take a look right here. This is a video today, Trump talking about Jerome Powell. Let's take a look.
I don't think he's doing the job. He's too late, always too late, a little slow, and I'm not happy with him. I let him know it, and if I want him out, he'll be out of there real fast.
All right, Trump is saying that he will kick Jerome Powell out if he wants to today on Truth Social, and this has to do with rate cuts. Trump said the ECB, the European Central Bank, is expected to cut rates for the seventh time, and yet, quote, too late Jerome Powell of the Fed, who is always too late and wrong, yesterday issued a report which was another and typical complete mess. Oil prices are down, groceries, even eggs are down, and the U.S. is getting rich on tariffs. Too late, what he's calling Jerome Powell, should have lowered interest rates like the ECB long ago, but he should certainly lower them now. Powell's termination cannot come fast enough. So that's Trump for you. Whatever. That's just how he communicates. So why does it matter that they are going to be cutting again? Well, it sends a signal to the global economy that monetary easing is back on the table. More liquidity pumping back in the system, right? Meanwhile, Trump is threatening more tariffs, possibly a 20% tariff on European Union imports, possibly more coming for cars and for steel. But he did meet with the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, which is cool. I think she really likes Elon Musk. There was a video not too long ago about the two of them really getting along quite well. I don't know if that'll be Elon's 20th kid with her. I don't know, but we'll see. And also, there's a video of him meeting her as well. And we have this from Truth Social. The Japanese, or one of the delegates from Japan on trade, met with Trump. So people are meeting with him to negotiate. And hopefully all this tariff talk is past tense pretty soon, and the markets can basically chill out from all this kind of stuff, you know? So markets are already on edge, right? Investors know that tariffs lead to retaliations and slower global trade. But the good news is this: the more uncertainty that Trump injects into the system, the more central banks feel the pressure to ease conditions, right? Which is good for crypto. So with the ECB cutting rates and the Bank of Japan still in easing mode, the conversation around global M2 money supply is heating up. And that is a good thing. M2 has been tightening post-COVID as central banks raised rates, which we're all aware of. The rates were raised. And now I believe we're starting to see a turning point where rates will be cut. Literally, Trump today is like, yo, too late, Powell, cut rates. The European Central Bank has already done so. Why aren't you? Obviously, Trump can't fire Jerome Powell whenever he wants. If he would, or if he could, he would have. I believe Powell is going to be in office till, I think, end or May of next year, if I'm not mistaken. So long story short, as the ECB keeps easing, which they are, and then the Fed begins to ease later this year, drop rates, global M2 money supply will begin expanding again rapidly. And that is huge for crypto because every time global liquidity increases, risk assets pump. This is what fueled the 2020-2021 bull run. This is what supported massive inflows into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. And before I head into a couple charts, taking a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, altcoin dominance, all that kind of stuff as well. First, if you are an experienced trader and you want to get a 10% deposit bonus on all deposits above $500, head to my link below. you can check out BTCC. They are excellent for advanced traders. So if you deposit $10,000, you'll get $1,000 as a bonus, and any money you make from that $1,000 you will get. So really low trading fees, really easy to use if you are an experienced trader. You can check out my link to that below. Let's take a look at the charts really quick. So the S&P, pretty boring today, nothing happened. It's always a good day when nothing happens. I don't complain about those days. The 10-year up a little bit. We are seeing gold, kind of the same. Didn't really move much today. The VIX is dropping hard. So this is the daily chart. The volatility index is dropping. Just like Scott Bessent said in my video yesterday, he thinks will happen, which is good because, I mean, crazy volatility usually isn't that great for altcoins and for Bitcoin because it means that the market is freaked out and scared, right? So take a look really quick at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, has actually held up pretty well today. It's still at around $84,000, almost $85,000 as of me making this video. But Bitcoin dominance is something really interesting. So this keeps on chugging up. Why? Because there's more uncertainty. Bitcoin dominance, just like gold, are markers of uncertainty in the marketplace. So gold goes up when there's global uncertainty. Bitcoin dominance goes up when there's global uncertainty. So Bitcoin dominance can go up even though the price of Bitcoin in US dollar terms can go down, guys. So Bitcoin dominance is just the percentage of the entire crypto market cap that Bitcoin has, okay? But I think Bitcoin dominance is going to be going down pretty soon once rates get cut. And we can see here, this is basically altcoins. They have not been doing well since December against Bitcoin. Like I shared in my video yesterday, I can imagine this chart beginning to go up again like we saw here in October all the way to December, where, XRP did like a 4 or 5x in like a month. I think that'll happen again. Others dominance as well. This is everything other than the top 10. So this has been going down quite a lot from, I would say, March of last year. So about a year ago, or more recently from December, early December of last year. We can see everything other than the top 10 going down. So that is what I am looking at. I do think there will be a reversal. All things are pointing to the US cutting rates and for more liquidity to be injected into the market and for the US to follow what's happening in other countries like the European Central Bank. So taking a look at a couple different altcoins, this is Solana Bitcoin. So over the last week or so, Solana has been going up versus Bitcoin. And I do think, again, that altcoins will have their time to shine again. And a lot of other altcoins are in my opinion, just historically good zones, right? So this is Ondo, and there has just been a lot of action in this zone. We are there right now. SUI as well. So I drew this chart a while ago, or this range. We have been just up and down around this range for a while. Now, could we go lower? Yeah, of course. Like things could happen, things could go lower. But I think for long-term positions, a lot of these altcoins, at least in my opinion, they're looking pretty good if you don't have any and if you want to be buying altcoins. You could totally stick to Bitcoin though, You could totally stick to Bitcoin. No one's telling you to buy altcoins. And XRP, again, around that $2 range. And a lot of other coins are just in really, really good spots right now. But until we actually see rate cuts and easing, it's not a bad thing to just stick to Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with that unless you want to play around with altcoins and just have fun with that. So that is it for the video, guys. Hope you are well. And if this market is just crazy boring, well, you can always just take a break, take a walk, and touch grass, as they say, because as long as you're in good positions and you are storing them correctly, like in a hardware wallet, like a Tangem, link below if you want that, you really don't have to do much other than wait until prices go back up, in my opinion. So again, hope you are well. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.